Start your wellness journey at Whole Foods Market, where it's Jumpstart January through the 16th. Stock up on supplements with some of the year's biggest savings. Plus, save on air-chilled organic boneless skinless chicken breasts, organic Honeycrisp apples, organic large Hass avocados, and more. And since Whole Foods Market is the only certified organic national grocer, it's easy to make them your wellness destination. Jumpstart your January now at Whole Foods Market.
Brooks Running has a new shoe for you runners out there. Did you hear that? Better turn up your volume. In fact, turn it up to the max. Introducing the all-new Ghost Max. It's got all kinds of things to make your knees and ankles feel protected. Like Max Cushion, Max Soft Landings with DNA Loft V2 foam, and Max Smooth Rides with their Glide Roll Rocker. Feel better on your run with Ghost Max. Learn more at brooksrunning.com.
Hey, y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grolic Saves the World time.
All right, the Grolic saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake while the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake while the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake while the Grolic saves the world.
You've done a 5-minute stretch. You've strapped on your running sneakers. You're feeling ambitious today, like you could do 3 miles, though you normally only do 2. How are you going to get that 3rd mile in? I'll tell you how. By listening to this podcast, welcome to the Grolic Saves the World. We'll be running with you for the entire stretch today. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
My name is Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal. They're getting longer, Adam. I'm a little concerned.
What do you think our average listener is doing when they're listening to the pod? They're out there. They're ambitious. They're exercising.
It's like it's snowing. They're one of those snow runners. Yeah, I think you're right.
A snow runner. We are the foremost podcast for snow runners.
Oh, I love SnowRunner. That was Steven Seagal, I think.
Oh, yeah, SnowRunner. Yeah.
As the snow runner.
Yeah. You can't outrun the blizzard.
He's got that fringe jacket.
If you don't know what this podcast is a podcast where we better the world around us by bettering ourselves, taking on passive-aggressive self-help challenges, with the goal of hopefully making everything around us a little better.
Today, very special episode.
Yeah.
Because we've got a guest. We love bringing guests on. We have a special guest.
Dude, we love guests.
We love it. It changes up the dynamic. It's new chemistry. I'm not saying I don't love you two anymore. I just like to see other people. And we have a great guest.
Are you Polly?
On this episode.
Polly,
when it comes to podcasts, I'm Polly.
Are you Polly Pod? You're
yeah.
Polly Pod.
I'm Polly
dude,
Pod.
That's so fucking cool.
Please welcome Sean Jordan. Sean, thank you so much.
Comedian extraordinaire, podcaster extraordinaire.
Nice
Welcome
guy.
to the show.
Recently did our show, crushed it. So great. Are you in Portland currently?
I sure am, gentlemen. Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled about it. And yes, I'm in rainy Portland.
So we'll get to your challenge in a second. But how's life? You got a little baby?
I do. I have a 10-month-old little daughter.
Laying around somewhere?
Yeah.
You got a little baby laying around?
She's...
You got a little baby laying
I really
around
like
somewhere.
Andrew's sort of casual warm-em-up questions.
I know he's got a little baby. That's your whole life when you got a little baby laying around. I'm cutting right to the chase. I know Sean is not doing anything else.
No, man, I'm kick flipping and I'm raising this baby. And those have always been the two most important things.
I more want to talk about skating now. I'm more into that. Have you noticed Nija is putting on a little bit of a dad bod? And I got to be honest, it makes me happy to see because I think he's overblown as a pro skater. I think Nike got behind him, made him the face of it all, but I don't see it. Oh, okay,
he's amazing.
right.
He's screwed up my Instagram algorithm, though, because since I follow him, now my whole algorithm is girls he has sex with and shoes. And it's frustrating because when you click on his profile, it's just these like Instagram girls. And so they sneak their way into your algorithm. So now it looks like I'm out there creeping around on all these like 20-year-olds and I'm not. It's frustrating. But I am creeping around on Nikes.
Hell yeah, bud. Drip, drip.
I've been watching soccer clips on the Instagram and it's taking note. All I get is fucking soccer clips all day long. And it's really
Dude, I
working.
get fights all the time. And I watch them. I'm in. It's fun.
Recently, I started getting Japanese motorcycles. I've never searched for Japanese motorcycles. But I get these clips from Japan of these souped up motorcycles in Japan.
Whenever you're out driving, though, you're just like Japanese motorcycles, and your phone picks up on that.
Oh, god damn. Yeah.
Sometimes the algorithm has a swish, Andrew. Please become a Japanese motorcycle guy. This would be so fucking cool.
I feel like it's my next step in my personal evolution. I mean, what a thing to shit money away on. I've done so many things. I've never had a souped up motorcycle with like neon parts in it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. But I think, like, if you had a nice Honda, like a Honda or a Kawasaki. Honda? That's how you say it in the Midwest.
Honda? Yeah, there's so much air coming in at the beginning of that. Honda?
Guys, we could talk neon all day long. But the point of this podcast is to improve ourselves in the world around us. And Sean knows that. Sean's a friend of the pod. He came to us and he said he has a challenge for us.
I want to know.
Sean,
I hope it's not skateboarding because I am dog shit
I
at
hope
it.
it's skateboarding. That would be so fucking fun.
I can't do it.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to get that? You want me to land that backside 180 heel? All right, I'll try. But I don't know.
Nobody who has ever landed one calls it a backside 180 heel. They say a backside heel flip. So right away you can't do it.
Oh, wow.
Well, these dipshits don't know.
Corrected.
No one's ever called it that.
Sean.
No one's
Well, they
ever
called him that, and then they learned
authority on
how to do it, and
cool
then they
shit.
stopped calling it that. So,
oh, okay. I don't like him.
don't talk about me like I'm not here.
Googling the move.
Yeah.
So the challenge that I was thinking about, I had two, but I landed on this one. I think that for a week, we should all do 100 push-ups a day.
A day? What?
That's exactly what my fiance said.
I love this one.
I think it's going to be tough, but not that tough, and we're all going to be very sore, I think. But I think we're going to get it done.
Your fiance said that?
She laughed. She's still laughing. She hasn't actually said anything
okay.
yet. But I think it's going to be fun.
You think
not all at once.
100 push-ups a day.
Not all at once. You don't have to, I'm not a lunatic. It's in a day.
That
I got questions.
9 inches.
I got questions.
Yeah, I have a
Sean,
question too, but go ahead, Adam. Jesus.
Do you do this? Do you do push-ups daily?
When I moved, so the reason I thought of it, when I moved to Portland, my roommates and I had this thing. It was like a chart that said if you do this in 3 months, you'll be able to do 100 push-ups at once. So it was like every day you would do different reps. So it'd be like the first day you start out, you max out or whatever, and then you like training for a marathon. So we did that, and at one point I did like 70. When I was a kid in Taekwondo, I did 100 one day when I was like 8 years old, just in a row.
Because you were bad and you said the F word in the dojo?
Gnarly. Yeah, I said fight, dude. And they're like, it's self-defense. So I just thought it'd be, I don't know, it's interesting because I don't have any upper body.
Wow.
I never have. I've lost a little weight during this. Do you guys remember in the very beginning of this, there was that 10 push-up challenge where you just drop and do 10 push-ups and put it on Instagram and pass it forward to
At the
someone?
beginning of the pandemic?
At the very beginning of COVID.
Oh, no.
Yep.
I didn't see that.
That
I
was
remember
one
that.
thing.
Nobody cared to share with me.
It was very hard for me to do. So I was like, let's do 100.
I have a question for you, Sean, just real quick. Why are you so mean? People know you as this nice guy. 100 push-ups a day?
because they don't really
I don't
know
know
me,
if you've
dude.
heard our show. We don't do actual challenges. We like pretend to read a book or like watch a funny movie. 100 push-ups a day? Jesus
I'll tell you what,
Christ.
while you're doing your 100 push-ups, you can put on Rob Schneider's The Animal and crack open
Thank
whatever
you.
book you want.
The ultimate punishment. So I used to do...
Now you're speaking this pod's language.
I used to do push-ups every day, and I would do one more push-up than I did the day before. And the most I ever got to, I think, was like 60 and change.
That's a lot.
Like, I don't know,
That is
64.
60 in a. You were doing 60 consecutively.
I would do 2 sets. I would give myself
30.
2 sets, but like back-to-back sets. I'd stand up and,
That's pretty good, dude.
windmill my arms.
getting
But 100, I've never even
Also,
like
here, can
sniffed.
I do this?
So,
Can I add this? The first day that we do this, everybody max out before you do this. So in my mind, you can do like 10 sets of 10 or whatever all through the day. But the first day that we all do this, do as many as you can up front and then do the rest. And then we all have to tell each other what we maxed out at.
Yeah, let's keep a log and see how
love that. I
we
love
improve. I'm never going to hit 100 in the first day, but if I can hit 100 by the end of the week, it would be a...
If you do 100 by the end
You're
of
not
the
going
week,
to hit 100 by the
I
end
will,
of the week.
I'll do man, I'll do whatever you want, I guess. I don't know. I can't really think of anything.
Whoa, that's
anything.
hot, dude. That is
Wow,
the kind of
sub
guest
challenge.
we've
We
been
get to
looking on.
have Sean as our fuck puppet.
On Patreon. On
Yeah,
Patreon.
you do a-
But
On
we're going to do it as
Patreon.
Patreon
If you do
content.
100 push-up, if any of you do 100 push-ups at once by the end of this, shout.
Oh, at once?
Yes.
Yeah, no
Oh,
way.
well, that's what I thought you just said. Like 100 in a row.
Yeah, that's
No,
why he
wait,
was
let
saying
him
that.
finish his state. Let him finish
Yeah.
his sentence. If
Yeah,
any of
if
us
we
do
do.
100 push-ups at once, yes.
I'll run another half marathon. I'll train for
Wow.
a half
You better watch
marathon.
out because Adam is pretty fit. You could be walking into it.
I mean, that's not what I was. When he says, I'll do whatever you want, I was like, mouth and butt, maybe? Or something cool like
Oh,
that.
here
Ben
you
is
go.
fit too,
I have
but-
a Cheetos. I have a hot Cheetos Mountain Dew in the fridge that someone sent me. I'll shotgun it.
Oh, now you're talking.
I like that you went. Now you
100%.
understand our podcast. Half marathon.
the
Wait,
other
no,
way.
no, no, no. Hot Cheetos Mountain Dew. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Ben, I want to know, Ben is works out all the time. What's your approach to sit-ups? What's your current confidence level?
Or
On
push-ups?
push-ups, rather. Push-ups.
So my confidence level is fairly low. I mean, I think I'll get 30 in the first go. I think that's a great way to see gains with this is to each day you
Just max
start it,
out?
you start with your max.
Okay.
And then you do the remaining difference however it takes
You're
you
gonna be
throughout the
sore.
day.
This could be rough in a week because you're going to be fucked up. Yeah, on day 3, you're going to be so sore you're going to go
think
backwards.
You'll be fucked up. I mean, I don't think you'll be fucked up.
From trying to do 100 push-ups a day. You don't
What
think
I
I'm going to
think
be
is
fucked up?
probably going to happen is you're going to plateau. This is my guess: is that a challenge like this, the benefit is not how many you can do, because once you reach a certain level, it doesn't matter. The benefit would be varying the style of push-up that you do.
So you could do- you
we'll
do
discuss
100
it.
different
claps-
outfits.
claps?
One time in a
Knuckles.
suit.
Yeah.
One
Clap
time in a
push-ups,
swimsuit. One
diamond
time
push-ups.
in a
Oh,
just
the
a
heart to
t-shirt.
hearts? As if it wasn't hard enough. We're good. No, I'm not doing fucking heart to hearts.
I have a question for Sean, though. How does this make us better people? Just because we're stronger physically?
Because we look
and then-
bodacious, dude.
It's a personal accomplishment. I think for almost anything, if you do something that you hadn't done or something that maybe you've thought about doing, like I've sat on the couch so much during this. I've been like, I should go skate, and then I do go skate. Whereas before COVID, I didn't used to. I'd be like, I got tons of stuff to do. So I think a personal goal is just fun. It's fun to get it done, and then now you get to say you did 100 push-ups every day for a week, which most people don't do.
Yeah, I'll also add to that I think it makes the world a better place because it is exercise, even if it is only 100 push-ups a day. It is exercise. And the more you exercise, obviously, that puts less of a burden on our healthcare system. It does make the world a better place. It's not necessarily about your body. It's just about being in better health. And your health does affect those around you. So I think
Okay.
I think this is a great challenge. I think we're all going to have huge fucking swimmer's shoulders by the end of it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say boners, dude. Huge boners.
and I'll say
The big boners, too, Sean. Big
for the
boners.
listeners out there, I'm starting at 0. I currently the only exercise I get is walking my dogs because I don't
That's
really care if I
exercise?
am alive or dead. So this will be a true challenge for me coming from 0 to see if by the end of the week I can do 100 push-ups within a day will be a challenge.
You can do 100
You can
You're
do-
going to
you
do
can
that
do
the
this.
first
You
day.
can do
You're
this.
going to do 100. Of course you can do.
I'm not going to do 100.
Yes, you are.
No,
I guarantee.
You know, hey, wait, we should make this interesting.
Andrew.
Sean said count how many you can do that first max effort so on day 1 so we can monitor it versus day 7. Film it on day 1.
Oh, God.
Film yourself doing your max.
Oh,
amount.
Yes.
Oh, you better
And then
any
film
claims you're
yourself
making,
doing-
you better have film because anybody can
Yeah,
come back
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
say they did it.
We're not going chin on the ground, though, or anything. I mean, the way that I've always counted a push-up is as long as your shoulders get level with your back, you can be like maybe 4 inches off the ground or something. You don't have to like hit your
Exactly.
nipples on the brick.
You don't have to touch your nose.
Nothing
All
has
right.
to touch the broken glass.
Good, because my carpet is gross.
So you can do push-ups where you elevate yourself and go to a negative degree. But yes, 90 degrees. So your elbows come to 90 degrees.
Elbows right with your back.
That's
yeah.
it.
Ben has a history of being a CrossFit cultist, so he has an edge in this. I bet he's done 100 push-ups as bread and butter in a
Have
workout.
you ever done the Murph challenge? Anybody done
No,
the
but
Murph?
you showed
That's a
me.
thing they do in CrossFit.
I think we've done different Murph challenges. I watched Eddie Murphy Raw for a whole day.
I did that the entire Murphy Brown series in 1
He
week.
binged it,
Yeah.
man.
Crushed it.
And you
And
looked
you-
good after. You looked
you
good.
did.
Learned a
Washington,
lot.
D.C. shine.
Emotionally.
No, the Murph is you run a mile, you do 100 pull-ups,
No, what?
200 push-ups, and 300 squats, and then you run a mile again.
Good. That's
Nobody
insane.
can do 100 pull-ups. Nobody can do that.
I had to do it banded. I needed a band.
Like you
to
needed
do it.
Slayer to play or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Bells.
I actually, nice try, Sean. I went with Cradle of Filth.
Talk to me about Cradle of Filth.
Okay, so we should. I think the listener. I think the listener should join us
And the
on this.
listener.
And the listeners, and any parishioners, all of them should do it with us. I wanna tell
Commissioners,
guys,
are you out there?
Commissioner
Do it with
Gordon, get in on this, dudes. I'm gonna fucking crush this.
Wow.
Wow.
Prior to the pandemic, I was doing 50 a day. During the pandemic, I said, let's be ambitious. Let's kick it to 75. And then because I'm me, I can do 80 right fucking now.
Are you
dude.
serious?
Right now.
So this isn't even a
I'm a
challenge for
monster.
you.
Adam,
I'm a monster.
Adam
So
is a
I'm-
dark horse with
That's
this.
80 in,
sub-challenging
80 in
myself.
one set?
I can do 80 in a row.
Sounds like I'll be
no
shotgunning
problem.
a
Whoa.
hot Cheeto Mountain Dew at the end of all this.
Yeah.
Sub
Yeah,
challenging.
sounds
I'm
like-
getting to 100. I'm going to make Sean do this. I can't do 100, but maybe across the 7 days I can
right,
get
well-
there. This was my like COVID prison challenge. I was like, you can do this.
If you want me to have diarrhea, you'll do
I
100.
do. I really do.
If you get 100 out, you got to do
appreciate
it on video. Prove that you
Yeah.
did it.
Any claims,
I will.
we got to see the video.
I would not boast this if I were not.
There's
willing
no
to back
fucking
this
way
up.
that I can do I'll be able to do 100 consecutive push-ups, but 100 in a day,
Yes,
yeah, I can
we can
definitely
do it.
do that.
I think the listener can do it as well. Andrew, I know you can do
Absolutely.
it, and I know we rip each other apart. I'm here for you.
Yeah, bud.
You can do this.
With
buddy.
this is one where we're going to get together and we're all going to drag your lifeless dead body across the finish line.
I mean, honestly, I'm more worried about my wrist getting fucked up or my I have tendonitis in my right shoulder.
Oh, for
We'll
fuck's
send
sake.
you fucking wrist guards that we get at
got 'em.
Walgreens.
Can you have those copper bracelets that do nothing? Can you give me some of those?
Those life balance ones.
That's probably what I'm more worried about. Is just like
That's the sub challenge. We're supportive of for once of each other.
Yes.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Earnestness horn, being earnest.
sound the earnestness horn.
We're
There
rooting
it is.
for each other. We can do this. This is for our health. Sean, this is a great fucking
Sean, you've
challenge.
already brought a positivity through your passive aggressive assholery, where I'm apparently not allowed to say 180. You know, because people don't know
right.
if I'm talking about a 360.
We're going to take
heel
a break.
flip.
We're,
and I just
we're
want to
going
make
to
sure
listen to
people
a clip
know,
from our
Sean.
live show.
They do
Benjamin,
say it.
enough. Ben, stop.
Enough.
Stop.
This is a clip from a recent live show where Sean Jordan was the headliner. So we're just going to pull a nice little nugget from his set and listen to it. And when we come back, a week will have passed. We will have been doing push-ups, and we will check in on our progress. Andrew, warm up your wrists.
Had a baby during all this. It's pretty wild. Could have used some skin-to-skin knowledge. Y'all know what skin-to-skin is when you're having a baby? So skin-to-skin is where you take the naked baby, put them on your bare chest. It's something the guys do now when they're in the delivery room. Or not guys, but like the other partner that didn't just have the kids, so they connect with you. So you're standing there, and they're just like, out of nowhere, she just goes, take your shirt off. I go, no, that's crazy. May have been born, but it wasn't yesterday, huh? You fucking stinker. You're not going to get me. Because I was like, why am I taking my shirt off? I'm sober in a hospital. I'm uninjured. None of those are shirt off stuff. I'll take my shirt off. Don't threaten me with a good time, but just not. At a hospital is probably the last place that I would think, like, dog, pop the top in here. This is dope. Give the people what they want. Because I don't have a shirt off, jeans on kind of body. That's why I had jeans on. So it's like, I wish they would have told me that. Because I don't know what I would have wore. Nothing looks good. But jeans, I had these jeans on. It's like fucking gross. So they did. They were like, seriously, take your shirt off. So I took my shirt off. Then I'm just standing there with no shirt on, wearing jeans. I'm the only guy. I look like I'm walking around a beach being like, I'm obviously not supposed to drink here, but I'm going to. So just wherever you tell me to drink, I'm going to sit and have a Colt 45 on the house. I stole it. So then I have my shirt off, jeans on. They're like, go sit in the corner. So there's a rocking chair in the only dark corner of this whole room. These are big rooms, and it's all lit up like Walmart. And there's one ill-lit corner that had a rocking chair in it. And I had to go sit in it. And then I'm rocking, because if you're in a rocking chair and you're still, you look like a lunatic. So I'm rocking with no shirt on in a dark corner, wearing jeans. And they didn't give me my baby for 5 minutes, I'd say. So it looked like I snuck in, honestly. It straight up looked like I shouldn't have been there. If you walk by, you'd be like, why is that mechanic in there? That's weird.
Start your wellness journey at Whole Foods Market, where it's Jumpstart January through the 16th. Stock up on supplements with some of the year's biggest savings. Plus, save on air-chilled organic boneless skinless chicken breasts, organic Honeycrisp apples, organic large Hass avocados, and more. And since Whole Foods Market is the only certified organic national grocer, it's easy to make them your wellness destination. Jumpstart your January now at Whole Foods Market.
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
We are back. It is a week later. We are now officially bosses on the cell block. We're not fresh fish. We're not scared of what prison's like anymore. We've seen some shit, and we fucking get it. And we're starting to thrive a little bit. At least I am. Sean, welcome back. How are you? It's a week later. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. It is a pleasure.
You sound fantastic. It's a nice, sweet, sultry voice. I like
because
what
he's got so much more chest to project out of. He's just got this bass cabinet down there.
And I
Swole
think,
Patrol, dude.
yeah, well, and I like fill this kind of nasally, annoying side. And Andrew, you're so quick.
And
with
I'm
the
on
quips.
top of Ben. I'm just like the piccolo
Yeah, you're
on top of
higher up.
Ben's annoying nasal sound. So
Yeah, exactly. But I think Sean brings a little bit lower of a tone. I say we kick Adam out.
it's
and
nice.
It's the first
We got
time
ourselves
those
a
guys-
regular
No, I'm with
barbershop
that.
trio over here.
with
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called a barbershop quartet.
Not
And
anymore.
why do we
It's
have
a
to go
power trio.
to tearing each other apart when we can just augment with the
Well,
addition
now,
of Sean?
you know why they make rules, don't you, Adam? It's to be broken, my friend. So we can
Hell
call it a
yeah.
barbershop
Sean
trio if we want.
skateboards and he knows about this shit. You know how many signs Sean has ignored in his lifetime? 1,000,000.
I knew this was dangerous inviting a bad boy. I did not anticipate being booted from the pod.
Show me a cop. See how quick I scream snitch out the window. Just let me.
What a
Despite-
badass.
Despite what all those T-shirts and bumper stickers say, skateboarding is in fact a crime.
in
It
so
is.
many places. In
It
so
is.
many places.
Sean does not care about any
I
of
would
that.
kick a skateboarder off my driveway so quick their head would spin. It wouldn't even be funny. I would get out there and be screaming. I mean, and we used to
karmically,
skate
your
on
kid
people's
is
stairs.
100% going to date a skater. That's
know,
what's
and
gonna
I'll be-
happen.
Skateboarding dad, only cool for him, not cool for anyone else. He's a skateboarding dad.
No, your kid's going to date a Razor scooter, one of those kids clogging up the skate parks. That's what your kid's going to be into.
Yeah.
No.
Even though I've been booted from the pod, allow me to steer while standing outside the car, leaning in the window and steering a little bit with my
Oh,
right
like
arm.
the like the
Which is
Joker?
always safe.
I'm ghost riding the whip, but it's only me doing it. It's like one guy got out to try to do it. Did everybody do the challenge? Did everybody attempt the challenge, which was 100 push-ups every day? Did
day.
everybody attempt
I
it?
attempted it, yes.
Yes.
Earnest
I
efforts
attempted
all around.
Yes.
Yes.
And just to remind the listener, That was Sean Jordan's challenge. He brought to us in cruel fashion Hundo Shups a day for a week.
All right. He said 100 push-ups, but over the course of the week, it's become Hundo Shups.
It's got to be Hundo Shups because after you do that many, that's all you can say.
And what he did was he effectively turned my bedroom into a little shup of horrors.
Ooh, nice.
It is, yeah.
Mainly
So
because
let's
of the
go-
Venus flytrap you bought.
Let's get these experiences one by one. And let's start with Sean, since he was so kind to bring this activity to us. Sean, how did it go for you this week? Did you do it? Did you do it at all? How many times did you do it?
One day, so a couple things. One day I accidentally did 90 and I was furious. So I stay up till midnight every night to do Wordle pretty much. And after I did Wordle, I was recounting
When do you
my
start
push-ups.
doing Wordle?
Like 12:01. So I was recounting my push-ups for the day, and I was like, oh man. So I did 110 one day, 90 one day. The rest were 100. Now that being said, I was pretty generous with what I was calling a push-up. I don't think I did 100 dope push-ups, but I did do 100 push-ups every day.
That's fucking
Nice, every
that's
day.
Great. That's great.
Can I ask you something,
Stupidest
Sean?
thing.
How
Yes.
did you
9
break
inches.
them up? Were you doing them like 10 every hour, or were you
The first day, the first day I did 20, and I probably hadn't done push-ups in 5. I did 10 push-ups at the beginning of COVID. There was that 10 push-up challenge. Before that, it was probably like a year or two before I even tried push-ups. So I did 20, and I could immediately tell that I was sore. And then that day, my pecs were killing me. So I did increments of like 5. Every time it popped into my head, I would do 5. I did it outside. I did it on walks. I did one in the Target parking lot. I did 5 one time because I was like,
It's like a
just do it.
Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah. And then day 4,
that's so
it
great.
didn't
The
hurt
Shup,
anymore.
Shup Sherpa. Yeah,
The
he was
places
up-
you'll shup.
Wait, day 4 didn't hurt anymore, huh?
Day 4, it didn't hurt anymore. And then by the last day, I maxed out and did 30 and at the beginning. And then it was pretty easy that last day to do 100.
Fuck yeah, man. That's
Damn, dude.
tangible progress.
Not easy. I'll stay in my lane. It wasn't easy. It was easier than it was a week ago.
That's great. That's great. Can I ask you this question too as well? Did you find that just starting off by doing some of those in the morning, like woke you up, or did
Totally.
it have, yeah, push you to want to maybe
You have that
do
fantasy
more
of like Batman, when he gets out of bed and he just drops, the Christian Bale Batman, he just drops and does a bunch of push-ups. You're like, I'm going to be doing that by the end of the week. Not the case. But I would get up and do like 10. And yeah, like gets your heart going and you feel, I don't know, feel good. It was nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. All right.
Let's move-
Andrew, who's going at him?
That's where I was going because we've been nice to Sean, and I feel like picking on someone. Let's
Yeah.
go to Andrew.
You be mean to
Yeah,
me.
Andrew, how'd you do?
So I was, as I said, starting from pretty much zero physical activity. Day 1, I did 102 push-ups. I did it
It's
on
amazing.
day 1.
Why 102?
I was just doing them. The last set I was doing, I did 100, and I was
kept
like, oh, I guess I got a little bit gas left in the tank. Let's do an
Okay.
extra 2. So
That's
I did an
awesome.
extra 2.
So from 0 to a polar bear plunge, let's jump in the frozen fucking lake.
yes, but here's the problem.
Wait a second.
Here's the problem.
Let me just clarify. You didn't do 102 in a sitting. You,
Oh, no,
you
not
did
at
this
all. I
over-
broke them up.
Okay.
So this is how I did them. Producer Ron had the excellent idea. He said, do 10 an hour. And I was like, that's like 10 hours of push-ups? No way. So I did not do it that way. I did as many as I could each set until I couldn't do any more, which was around, it started at like, I don't know, 23, and it started to dwindle.
The max out till
from
you
there.
pass out approach. You see that in a lot of weight rooms.
That's how it
Yes,
goes with
totally.
prison, man. In prison, you
Yeah.
do push-ups till you can't.
My
and then
dogs would have
sit-ups
to
till you
lick me
can't.
awake, pull my tongue out of my throat. So
It's when you always wake up when the dogs start nibbling on your jennies.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, they're not fucking around. They will consume me when I die, and they've
Yeah.
made that abundantly clear. I'm just a snack, a very fresh snack waiting to happen. So anyway, I did 102, but I did them the wrong way. I should have used producer Ron's method of spacing them out in sets of 10. Instead, I burned myself out doing that. The next day, I was so sore, I couldn't even put on a coat. I went to put on a jacket, and I locked up full scarecrow mode. I was like, Jesus, can I get out of this coat? at all, and I had to like worm my way into it. I was really fucked up the next day, and
Well,
then
and that's why I went to you because it's saying I wanted to pick on you because I knew this. You texted Ben and I, like
I
day
was too sore.
done, can't do anything, and we're like, asshole, it's a challenge. Do
Hurts,
5,
dude. I'm with
and
you.
he's like, how about sit-ups? How about jumping jacks?
No,
We're like,
producer
it's a
Ron said I could
challenge.
do another physical activity. So day 3.
Look at you running to the teacher.
Like
Running to
he's
the
the
teacher.
voice. Like Ron's the voice. Okay. When did we?
Teacher,
teacher.
are picking on me.
Teacher said I could do jumping jacks instead. Yeah, that kid exists in every PE class,
So
and I'm
now
that
we're
kid.
letting the Labrador run the kennel? I don't think so. He doesn't know shit. He's so fucking stupid. Anyway, go ahead. And
All
tell
right,
your
let me
story.
finish my week. Jesus,
So
we can
day
get to you
2,
two
you locked
jocks.
up like a fucking 90-year-old
Couldn't
man.
do it.
Couldn't get a coat on. What a sad fucking tale.
The
Day
old
3.
rusty
Day 3.
sprocket. Okay.
I tried to do push-ups again. Still too sore. Couldn't do them. I wouldn't have been able to do push-ups if I had like a drill sergeant screaming at me. You all would have had to just beat me with soap and a sock. I could not do push-ups. I tried. I did jumping jacks instead. I did. Not to brag, I did 100 jumping jacks in one set.
my
Yeah,
goodness.
100 of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Not
I
only that,
burned them out.
Andrew jump roped for Hart for an hour. Raised a lot of
Problem
money.
was
Jumping rope for an hour would be an incredible
Yeah, no, that'd be
challenge.
really
You threw
fucking
that
hard.
out there a little too quickly.
That'd be very hard.
the next day,
Thursday-
though, after the jumping jacks. Oof. What
I always
happened?
need 2 days when I'm super sore. So Thursday, I did 100 again. I followed producer Ron's advice. I did sets of 10, and so much easier. I wish I would have done that. It would have really significantly improved things. And then
But you got to 100 on Thursday again. So
Yes.
another okay.
I did 100,
Great.
and I stopped at 100. I did not try to do any
You didn't
extras.
throw the extra salt and pepper on there.
And then, and then Friday, I did about 20, and my right shoulder was like, I will disintegrate immediately if you do another push-up. And I stopped, and I was done. And
tight.
I think today my right shoulder is normal again. So I did it 2 times. I did
You
it
did
2.
2 days out of you did 2 days out of 7.
Yes, 2 out of
Wow.
7.
Wow. Okay.
I was way too confident with it. I was like, what do you mean? This will be easy. It was one of the harder things I've done. It was a dumb idea. Not dumb, but it was like,
I couldn't agree more about how surprisingly difficult this was. But
Oh, shut
I want to
up.
move on to Ben. Ben's kind of the junkyard dog of this
Wait,
crew.
I just want to
Well,
point
Ben
out
is
to
also
everybody that
a
has
masochist
forgot.
exerciser. He loves
Everybody
this kind of shit.
that forgot. This is why we made Andrew the gym teacher on Those Who Can't, because we thought it was, because originally it was, if you guys remember, and for people who watched Those Who Can't, it was originally going to be me that was the phys ed teacher. But we thought it funnier that Andrew was, if you remember that the Fairbell character was.
Plus, Andrew can grow a rippin' stash, and you can't.
I know, but
And
I
that
would have
character
been.
was a stash.
It was.
It's also my physical gifts.
All part of your physical gifts.
But I also want to say this, Andrew. I was proud of you because you were in so much pain for rebounding and getting all the way back up to 100.
Yeah.
I would have just gone up, and just, 30, 40, 50 for the day or whatever.
Yeah, I
if
should
had
have
been-
followed producer Ron's tips from the get-go. I probably would have had
Well, you got 2 out of 7 days, which if we're doing just, grading, that's 28%. So that's, you got
A hard
28%, which is so worse than an F. It's a H.
going
I,
from
or a J.
0 exercise to 2 days of 100 push-ups, I'm taking it.
Pretty
I'm
legit.
taking
Fair
my
enough.
participation trophy, and I'm dancing out of the auditorium, flipping you both off. Ben, how did you do?
Careful. Don't dance too hard, Andrew, because you won't be able to dance again for 3 or 4 days.
I don't know if you heard, I did 100 jumping jacks in a day, dude.
I did 6 of the 7 days, but the 7 day that I didn't do it, I did
Just like,
75.
God, you had to rest.
75.
6 days.
No,
of-
it was that I did 2.5 hours of jujitsu that day, and my arms weren't working properly for the last 25. So, no, I didn't find it incredibly difficult, but I just broke them apart. So I just would get up in the morning, I'd immediately do 10, and then as I went throughout the day, I would just drop and do 10 push-ups. What I did love about this challenge, one, is that it woke me up. And two, I started going through cycles of different types of push-ups.
You dickhead.
To be able to work, like doing tricep push-ups so my elbows stayed close to my body.
So hard.
And trying to do tricep. Then the regular right at shoulder width. And then doing them wide for shoulder push-ups. So I was trying to mix them up so I would do 10 of one, 10 of another. But honestly, my first batch were pretty terrible. I hadn't done just straight push-ups in a while, like tried for numbers, and I did 27 of the weirdest looking push-ups. But then as the week went on and my form got much better, in fact, I was at jiu-jitsu doing some of them, and someone in my class was like, holy shit, your push-ups are good. They're like straight back.
Nobody said that about mine.
To be a fly on the wall in that
I mean,
moment.
you're going to be cashing that check for 6 months.
Yeah. So listen, I'm just saying, some of the students got me a cake and a watch.
Dude.
Got me a nice retirement watch. No, I did. I loved this challenge. I was texting you all like, this is maybe my favorite challenge. I started throwing into each day. I did 100 squats with it.
Yeah, why was this one of your favorite challenges we've ever done? Other than the fact that you are a masochistic exerciser that loves this shit.
As we've been talking about, my toes have been over the edge of the abyss for several months. I've been peering into a darkness, both within myself and within the world.
And it's peering right back at you, bud.
Yes, it is.
And it's angry.
And I found this cheered me up. It woke me up from the beginning, right from the morning. I just do the push-ups, and I felt
physical
more
activity,
positive
man,
and more energy.
I mean, that's how skating.
that.
Like, that's why I go skating a bunch of reasons, but it does that. Like, you get some physical activity, and it just releases chemicals in your brain. You just feel better, and the sooner you do it in the morning, like go for a walk immediately, and you're going to have a better day. You just will.
Exactly. I also found myself working out, going back to the gym, because I was like, oh, I can do this.
Here's a question.
It just got me.
Do you get more, like, I would get more stuff done, other stuff. So, like, if I wake up and I'm active, then I'm like, I'm going to send that goddamn email. I'm going to do it. And then you just start doing stuff. Did that happen with you guys?
Exactly.
Well, the days I had full mobility of my arms, yes.
When your email shoulder wasn't all screwed up.
I'm just picturing Andrew like cracking on his keyboard with his nose, trying to fire up.
I have a special nose typer that I attach on, and you should see me woodpecker the shit out of this thing.
If this one isn't Andrew as a scarecrow in a field with his arms all
in a tank top, do it up, Ron.
Adam, what about you?
Adam has been sitting here like the cock of the roost this whole
I
segment.
want to say this too. I said Adam was the dark horse, and I believe I'm right, judging by the texts, because
I didn't even think he was the dark horse. He exercises all the time.
I've been on a journey. I've been on a journey this entire week.
Yeah.
So basically, I came in cocky thinking that I do 80 a day anyway. I'll get to 100, and I want Sean to have to drink this fucking Flamin' Hot Cheeto Mountain Dew.
Shotgun, the Flamin' Hot Cheeto Mountain Dew.
Which you will remember, you will recall, was if he said, if any one of you can do 100 push-ups, 100 Shups, he'll shotgun this drink.
It'll happen.
Day one, I did 100 Shups.
In one go.
Fell swoop. However, the plot thickens, and I'll show you. I filmed it, right? And my form is atrocious. It's like spastic. Sean said the definition is back below the elbows, and I think it's, by the letter of the law, probably does that. But
I gave that definition a wide berth over the course of the week, by the way.
Exactly. But I had the same thought as you and like the Christian Bale and Batman, or like a Marine banging out 1,000. They just like do these really quick, rapid, small ones. And so I thought that was this type of push-up I was doing, like, look at this boss. And then I watched the video, and they're fucking awful. They're awful. Like, I was ashamed of the form. And so I just made a challenge all week long to improve my form. And that's why I love this challenge, because, and I think you can do it with anything in your life, you get into the habit of like, oh, I I jog a lot or I do this routine and you don't take a look at it. So I think I've been doing shitty push-ups for the whole pandemic. So this week I was like, fucking do them by the letter of the law. And that became the challenge. I did 100 every day, but I was trying to get to like maxing out of really good Shups. So by the end of the week, I got to 55 solid Shups in one go. Like, that's
do you have
my max.
muscles? Like, have I been missing your? Do you have muscles? Like big
I got
arm muscles?
I'm wearing a flannel. I got muscles. They're not enormous.
He hides them under those flannel shirts, but they're in there. They're in there.
That's sick,
I got
man. Good
decent
job.
muscles, but I just like I played soccer and I like to stay in shape, and 55 Shups is where I got. But that's what I really like this challenge
amazing.
because it made me examine something I was doing and that I was proud of and that I was clearly doing wrong. And you'll see the video, and our Patreon will see the video too. I'm embarrassed of it. Is it 100?
They're gonna be
it's
upset
100.
when they see the video of me doing 30, whatever, because like they're not that dope. I think they count, but you're just like, oh man.
They do. Listen,
I
mean,
ugh,
this is what it is. I mean, like your form will get better the more you do this, and I truly believe don't focus because. If I were to my last set is 25 again. So I did my first set. I did 27 or whatever. And it was the same. It was appalling, not only because of my form, but I chose to take the angle from the top of my head. And I noticed
dear.
my hair is thinning drastically.
Oh dear.
And that also made me feel terrible.
Sure.
So then I'm doing these push-ups and I'm like, my form is awful.
That's
This next
sneaky.
set is only 25. I only did 25 again, but my form is very good.
The cool thing about push-ups as an exercise is that they do exercise a lot more of your body than just your triceps and your chest. If you're doing a nice solid push-up, your core is totally engaged. You've got your thighs engaged, all that stuff. So it's,
Dude, my core, it felt like there was a brisket sitting in my stomach. Like, I felt full.
Well, that's because you had brisket.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday
Yeah.
briskets.
I
you know,
always have
no one
brisket.
is supposed to do push-ups immediately after barbecue, and that seems like it'd be common wisdom.
Sean and I did text each other, and surprising, alcohol may have deleterious effects on your physical.
Boy,
On
Saturday
your
was
push-ups.
so. Ian flew up to go to dinner on Friday, and then David Borey surprised us. Like, Ian knew he was coming, but David surprised us. Obviously, we had to have a night. So Saturday was tough. Saturday was a tough day.
Yeah, the whiskey milk sweats. Ew.
Obviously,
I didn't have a choice.
night.
So
up
something
to
we
me.
always ask on this pod, and I guess I'll ask Sean first. Did this better the world? Did this challenge make the world a better place in any way?
Sure. I'm a firm believer because I was happier doing it. I was having fun, and I think that bleeds into everything I did, every person I interacted with. I'm in a pretty good mood all the time anyways, but in a slightly better mood, and that trickles down, and I feel like maybe if you're nice to someone, they're nice to someone else, and so yeah, butterfly effect, man. Aside from being an
Trickle-down
amazing movie.
emotions. I like it.
Yeah.
Aside from being an amazing flick.
Yes, I do.
I'm with Sean. My answer's the same, exactly as he said. I mean, I think if you're in a better mood, you interact with people better. That makes the world a better place. And,
Absolutely.
being healthier is obviously puts less of a strain on our medical system and things like that. I mean, I think it's good.
I agree too. Despite the challenges I had with it, I know that exercise is great for you mentally. I don't know if I would always advise exercising like you're being dared to do it by a bully from an 80s movie, but exercising is good, and push-ups are a great exercise you can do at home that are I think it's hard to plateau on push-ups.
They'll
if you're
get you
doing
there.
them-
It's a real
doing them
workout.
good.
It's not like, it's an actual workout. I remember in the beginning of COVID, I bought some free weights. Didn't feel like
Yeah.
a real workout. Push-ups, it's the whole body. Like that's how you get shit toned.
If you're
I
doing
couldn't
a
agree
nice,
more with
solid
all these points, but also for me, it was a thing that I was doing regularly that I re-examined and saw I could do better. And that is just a really good life lesson. Like, take a look at what you're doing, just sort of unthinking, and be like, oh shit, I maybe have been doing this half-assed and not in a good way. And so that helped me, and now I feel like I'm really banging out push-ups excellently. The form is great.
I'm definitely gonna keep doing this, Adam. If you were up for it, like we should do it over the month, and then see like over an extended period if anybody wants to do it. Because I'm definitely going to keep doing it.
I'm going to keep doing of like as many as probably 50 was my. I was like, I'm not gonna inconvenience myself by because it was not an inconvenience, but it was tough to do 100 push-ups. 50 I think is manageable. 25 in the morning, 25 like before dinner or something.
Yeah, that's where I was at the beginning of the pandemic. But Ben, I'm down. I'll keep doing this as long as you want to go. This is day 8 of our challenge, or day 9, and I did it yesterday. I did 100 just because. I'll do like 55, and then I'll do 30 and change, and then I'll do the rest later. Like 3. It's not that. It doesn't take that.
I got my
long.
wedding coming up, bro. I got to get swole.
Fuck yes, dude.
Yeah, need her to know what she's marrying.
Just busting out of that tux.
Swolena Gomez.
I would
dude.
tell anybody listening that wants to do this. I used to tell people because I was an avid runner and would run a lot for a long time, and people would be like, "I hate running," and it's just because you put like this stress on yourself that you have to do a particular amount. If you've never done a push-up, do one in the morning. Do one at one point. Do one later on in the day. Do that for a week, then make it 2. Like there's no set amount. You can just do whatever the fuck
making
you
the world
want.
a better place right here with that attitude. That's a great way to look at it.
You don't have to cannonball in on 100 cold and fuck up your body for several days.
And while you're down there on the floor struggling with one, look up to
vacuum for once in your life. Jesus,
look up to what you could be. No, wait. So who won? Sean and I both did the chow. Sean and I both did 100 every day, right?
Yep.
Again. It looked. Some of them looked
in
like
a
I was playing
tiebreaker, though,
Twister.
you did
I was
100 in
out.
one go. So I think
you
Adam,
won.
Adam wins this
You
one.
won.
For me, it's not important about who wins. It's about who lost.
It's all you care
and
about.
Andrew and Ben lost. And Ben,
Andrew and Ben lost.
Andrew
for
lost
sure,
the
but
hardest.
Yes,
But Ben, you did lose too.
No.
You did lose
but
too.
here's
2.5 hours of Hundo is
that's not the
equivalent.
No.
challenge.
Doing a
That's
different
not the
activity that
challenge.
makes you.
No,
yeah, I was typing too
did-
much, so I couldn't do them. Yeah,
I'm
no.
with Sean. I'm gonna go ahead and Sean. I'm with them, despite that this is on me and an attack on me. I am gonna go with them because I know they're gonna lose another challenge, and I don't want to lose the right to be able to call them out.
Okay.
I just want to make it very clear: Andrew lost far worse than I did.
Worse.
Yes,
Okay.
but when
And
you're
then I'm
in the
okay with
losers
it.
heap, does it even matter? I mean, there's shit all over both of us.
I gave Andrew a grade of 28%, and Ben. Wait. So what would it be? 6 divided by 7? 85. That's a solid B, dude. Solid B.
And I admit that. But did you see that push up I did? Nose touching the floor.
Yeah, those
arms.
Those
What's
were mine.
that?
If you put all of mine in like a recycle bin and got one out, it would be that.
Yeah.
Like if you put all the cans in and made one super can, that would be that push-up.
Well,
This
thank you
can
so
is-
much for bringing this to us, Sean. This was
This was a great challenge.
And it was a true challenge in a podcast full of softballs. You threw us something right down the middle of the plate.
Sean,
Do you want to plug
know.
anything?
Oh yeah, I
Do
was gonna.
you wanna-
Yeah.
Any skate videos you need people to get some views on or anything?
You know what? I made a video on my 40th birthday. I did 40 tricks. It's on YouTube. Go look at that.
Oh,
I was pretty
yeah,
happy.
dude.
So my 40th birthday, I went out, and thankfully we got a pass to the Nike Park that day, but I did 40 tricks. That was also something I thought was going to be easier than it was. It was tricky. But I did it.
I tell you what, people don't even go look for it. You don't have to. Just look down. It's in the show notes right there. You'll see it.
And listen
Also,
to
Sean has a
Sean's
little podcast, an adorable tiny podcast called All Fantasy Everything. Go
very
seek
fun.
that out as well.
And the funny part of us plugging it is that everybody that listens to us most likely came here.
100%.
We're always screaming into the
Yeah.
echo chamber. That's there's like
Yep.
6 of us. I like when I was doing Douglas movies, he's like, yeah, well, I'm sure that they've heard of that. So
We're also going to have bonus footage for our Patreon subscribers of all of us doing our first and last sets and being
nice.
as well
Gross.
as producer Ron in various parts of the DC area preparing for the next insurrection.
Fucking producer Ron sent us a photo. He was on a spring break, and it's him in front of the fucking Capitol doing push-ups. And I was
With
like,
a
you're going to get
backpack
arrested,
on.
dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hardcore.
100 in
Yeah.
Intel next January 5th, dude. I'll be out here. Camped out. And then January 6th, it's on like Michelle Kwan, my friend.
well, Sean,
Well,
you're the
Thanks
man.
again, Sean.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
you
doing
rule,
this.
Thanks
dude.
for having me, gentlemen. This was tight.
Well, then why don't we do this? Why don't we play another clip from our pal here, old push-up Paul, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I liked it.
I can
Don't
do it.
abandon
Let me go
the
ahead.
riff.
Let me go
Don't
ahead.
abandon the riff. You were right there in it.
No, I limped in.
You limped in and you limped out. Andrew, come in confident. Show Ben how it's done.
Okay. Why don't we do this? Let's listen to some stand-up from our live show that happens the last Saturday of every month at the famous Bug Theater in Denver. This is more of our favorite, Sean Jordan. And when we come back, there's more show to come, including a little hint of what the next episode's challenge is going to be. So stick around.
That was really good, but you felt a little dead inside.
Yeah, well, that's par for the course.
Before COVID, I had to go take care of my mom for a while. I was just talking to Adam about this, actually. But so before COVID, my mom broke her neck. She's fine. Not hot. She's okay. I thought about that last night. I was like, give it a shot. I tried it on, parked the car in the wrong garage right there. I'm not going to do it again. I don't like that line. That's the only time anyone's ever going to hear that line. There you go. So she fell and broke her neck, and I found her, which wasn't really something I was prepared for. So what happened is I walked downstairs, the bathroom door was shut. Long story short, I knocked on it, asked her if she was okay, and then she said no. And then I was like, do you need me to break this door down? She said yes, but she could barely talk. She was like whispering. And I was terrified because you think you can break a door down. You have, everybody in here, you're like, I'll break a fucking door down. Show me a door. I'll break a door down. Test me. Put something I want on the other side of a door. See what happens to that door if it's locked. But when you're faced with it for real, I'm like, I don't know. Can I break a door down? But my mom was there, and I had no idea what was going on. So I was like, she could be dying. She could be dead by now. So I put my shoulder into it, and I leaned back. I was like, break this door down. So I gave it my left shoulder, broke it down. First try. Wasn't hard at all. Not a big deal. We don't need to, dive into it by any means. You know, you'd think it was hard, but shoulder felt better after I did it. So it was one of those things. You would think there'd be, kind of shrapnel everywhere. Not to, dive into too many details, but it just broke perfectly. It's almost like the door was scared of me or something. I mean, I'm big and tough, but come on, dog. I wasn't going to hurt you. I was just trying to get you out of the way so I could get to mom's. And I looked down, and there I see my mom, and I didn't think she was breathing. And I, honestly, for a second, I thought she was dead, which wasn't something I was ready for. I'm still not ready for it. It chokes me up to talk about it. But I was seeing her there, and in the back of my mind, I felt like such an asshole because I was still kind of excited because I just broke a door down. Can't help it. I was looking, I was like, is she dead? You broke the door down, so there's something.
We're back. Man, that was a fun challenge. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed that more than I thought I was going to enjoy that.
I liked it, and I'm jacked now, and I think you know that. You commented on Twitter. You actually put it out there in the Twitter sphere how good I'm looking at, how up top I am now. And
well, I believe that in my heart of hearts, but I also trend set, and I knew you could use a little boost. So I was like, if I do that, people will follow my lead.
Even if it's not true, I just like that you said it. But I think you're noticing up top, I'm getting that triangular build.
100%.
My chest is starting to look like a cobra ready to strike. And
you're looking good. And honestly, we have Sean Jordan to thank for that. So thank you, Sean. Fun challenge.
And he's got a tiny little podcast, could use a few more listeners. It's called All Fantasy Everything. If you get a chance, go check it out. I mean, they could use that Grolic Saves the World bump.
Now, Andrew is not here in this credit sequence. He's in bed, arms sticking straight up in the air, kind of like zombie walk, but on his back.
Yeah.
The challenge didn't really do for Andrew what it did for Ben. Ben's thriving. Andrew's really,
first
really
known
off.
case of living rigor mortis.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
It's never happened.
No.
And so, Andrew might not view this challenge as rosily as we do, but he's taken a knee for a couple of weeks. I don't even know.
We don't know. The doctors say that it really it's up to the muscle right now and a lot of his nerves, whether or not. They're not sure if it's fibromyalgia. They don't know what it is, but we're pulling for you,
he'll
buddy.
Bounce back, but to what degree they don't think. Optimistically, 30% function returning to Orphanol.
We're starting a Kickstarter to make sure that his dogs don't eat his Jennies or his face while he can't defend himself.
Yep, Kickstarter / Lakewood Husky Protection Fund.
Okay. Adam, I've got a plug that I'd like to plug outside of
please.
Andrew's Kickstarter.
Outside of Andrew's Kickstarter, which we'll have in the show notes. What do you got? Ben?
Next Wednesday, April 27th, I will be headlining the world famous Comedy Works. That'll be the South Club. Please come and see me. April 27th. You can get your tickets now at comedyworks.com, or the link will be down there in the show notes. Please come out and see me. What about you, Adam? You got some?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm up that Comedy Works South stage for you by 1 week. 420.
What?
You want to see? Who's the dank king of Colorado? ACH. Who dabs the spliffs? Who fucking hammers the blunts?
Dude, you sax that dag. Everybody knows that you get down and you sax that dag. You get woogie choogie sometimes, and I can't even stop you when you're like that.
And Wendy Curtis knows that better than anybody. So she said, who am I going to book for 420 in the Tech Center? And it's ACH. So if you want to come see me at Comedy Works South, I'll be there tomorrow. If you listen to this the day it comes out. And then this weekend, I'm in Nebraska. I'm at the Slowdown in Omaha on Saturday the 23rd. And then I'm at the Zoo Bar in Lincoln, Nebraska on Sunday the 24th. Those are both really fun shows that I've done before.
And bring a buttload of quarters. You can get that little vending machine that has those grain pellets that you can feed Adam while he's on stage. He loves those things.
Thank you. I'll go more minutes if you feed more pellets. That's the comedy rule.
Also, our live show, the Grawlix live show, if you haven't been or you're a regular, you got to see this lineup. This is a bing banger of a lineup. It's going to be on Saturday, April 30th, as always, the last Saturday of every month. We've got a couple local hitters and then headlining Emma Arnold. Oh, my God, it's going to be an amazing one. So get your tickets now at thegrawlix.com/live. As always, that will also be in the show notes below as well. And man, if you haven't joined us on Patreon,
Ben, tell them about the Patreon.
I don't even know where to begin. Patreon.com/Grawlix Saves. First of all, thanks to all the new folks who are in the know and who have joined recently.
Except for one, and they know who they are.
Yeah, and we don't want to point it out, not on this night, but if you haven't been over, we've got we've got ad-free episodes, we got bonus video, we've got Boy Crazy, episodes of Boy Crazy, our pod within a pod. If you haven't listened to an entire episode of that, this is us appraising the hunkitude of hunks of yesteryear, and it's not sexual. This is collegiate. This is an academic study of hunks. And also, if you sign up, you do get birthday shout outs as part of your Patreon membership.
This is the only reason I'm on this podcast.
You only want to do Patreon birthday shout outs, do you?
If we could do the podcast exclusively giving birthday shout outs and that's the pod, nothing would make me fucking
Dude,
happy.
like permanently emceeing a comedy club. That is so great.
Birthday shout outs, the podcast.
Let's do it. Let's get our birthday shout outs for April out of the way. Then this is a perk. If you're a Patreon member, you're going to get this. What are we doing today, Adam? I have an idea if I could pitch it to you.
Well, I like that you questioned me and then answered it. So go ahead, tell me.
Yeah, I'd like to say for this one, I'd like to guess who our birthday recipient, our shout out recipient's favorite NASCAR driver is.
Oh, now I don't know any. So can we just make them up?
Yeah, dude. I don't know any NASCAR driver.
Okay, so we're gonna pick their favorite NASCAR driver. Can we also pick what their favorite NASCAR car is?
Oh,
what
yeah.
this driver drives.
Yes, please do. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I mean, that's a given. Yeah.
You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
No, I'll. You go first. You go ahead. You're the guest in this one. So our first birthday for the month. I mean, we know this person. We love this person. Jenny Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Who has been, a longtime supporter of the Grawlix. Sad that she left Denver. She's living in Seattle right now, I believe. But we love Jenny. Her birthday, of course, on the 8th. Adam, who is Jenny's favorite driver? You have this off the top of your head.
Jenny's a giant Wiley Resnick fan. And Wiley Resnick, of course, being Polish for redneck. And Wiley drives the Special K car, not the cereal, the club drug. They're trying to bring it back.
Okay, I gotcha.
For so long, opioids have dominated the conversation. And the people behind Wiley's car, like, well, what about, remember Special K? How about a little nostalgia? Round and round she goes. So, Jenny, happy birthday from me and your favorite driver, Wiley Resnick.
Wow, and I like Wiley, winner of the last 3 CarMax championship series. That's a big one. That's a big
100%.
one.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so
I got
it's
one for you, Ben. So our next
yeah.
Patreon member celebrating a birthday is Tessa Wilson. Who's
Been with us
celebrating
for a while, if I know that correctly. Tessa's been on board for a while.
April 16th birthday energy. Now, what's that bringing you, Ben?
Well, that's easy. She's a big fan of Deke Cooter Deegan. And, of course, he drives the number 54 Chuck E. Cheese Chevy.
Okay.
And she's a big fan of that car, not just because it's a Chuck E. Cheese car, but of course this is 6 catastrophic engine failures. Never finished a race, hasn't finished one this year, but a kind of a people's favorite, and she's always rooting, for the underdog, and I like it. And big good luck, Deke. Let's see if the big Cooter can get out there. But in the meantime, happy birthday, Tessa, from myself and old Cooter Deegan. All right, Adam, I want to take this next one because you know this person intimately, and I think you're going to know the answer right off the bat. Adam Craig, supporter of ours.
Sure.
April 17th, turning the big 6'2", I think, if I'm correct, 62 years young. Adam, who is Adam Craig's favorite driver in the NASCAR
I don't even have
series?
to think about it. I know about it because he wears it on his sleeve. It's Hutch Chesney, of course, who drives the number 97 All Lives Matter car, which is really one of the more popular cars on the circuit right now. The All Lives Matter car, tearing it up all over the South and anywhere it really goes. So, Adam, happy birthday from me and old Hutch Chesney. We'll see you out there on the track.
Hutch loves to give a birthday shout out.
Oh, he's a people's guy.
Yeah, he lost his jaw though to dipping.
Yep.
Adam,
you know what Hutch says? You don't need a lower jaw to drive.
No, you don't. No, you do not. All right, Adam, do me now. Do me again.
Now, this guy is a giant in Denver media, and you're like, Kyle Clark? No, but close. Nerf.
Oh, Nerf from
93's Nerf. We love him, friend of the
KTCL
pod.
zone, yep.
We really do love you, Nerf, and your birthday is the 18th. So Ben, who's Nerf's favorite
That's
NASCAR?
an easy one. Hammett Kyle Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's, of course, in the number 72 Stay Fresh Panty Liners Ford. And that's definitely...
And Nerf loves this dude.
Yeah, but it's strictly for the car. And that's the weirdest part about it. He said he can't stand his driving style. A lot of bump and shove in the turns. And that's his problem. He feels he's a cheap player, but he loves the color scheme that Stay Fresh has put on the roof of that car. And the way the panty liners come down over the door.
And they sort of flap if he really gets moving. Those panty liners kind of get like wings.
Yeah. And I think it's so congratulations. Yeah. Nerf, we love you all. Thanks for doing what you do. And Hammett Kyle Smith says hi from Pit Row.
Now,
wow, that was
if
fun.
you support us on Patreon, you can get a birthday shout out just like those people did. And what a thrill that was for them. But we know everyone can't afford to pony up for Patreon. There's lots of other ways you can show your support. You can grab your friend's phone. You can open up their podcast app. And you can hit their subscribe button.
I don't think they should be getting on there.
Snatch it out of your friend's hands. Say, you're spending too much time online. And then secretly get in there and fucking hit
That's
subscribe
right,
on the
ladies.
Grolic Saves
Steal
the
your
World.
boyfriend's phone, and you can maybe look through his text messages as well. No,
Steal his
yes,
phone
you can,
and
but then you
subscribe to our
subscribe.
pod.
And
if you
then
don't already, you can also
look
find
at
us on
his
Facebook,
DMs.
Twitter, Instagram, at Grolix Comedy. Reach out. Tell us how many shups you can do. We want to know.
Yeah, what kind of shup numbers you putting down right now? Adam, you know what we didn't do last time and I've missed a lot? What? I want to hear what the people are saying on the reviews. Hey, give them one of the reviews.
Sure, we cherish your reviews. We appreciate them dearly. I'll read the latest one that came in recently. This review is from someone named Tim Hillsheim, which sounds fake.
Yep.
Wonderful program, he says. 5 stars, says the supposed Tim Hillsheim. Sounds a lot like my dad, has another online persona, and is finding a new way to praise us. Tim says, this is a great show to listen to whilst breaking bread with my family. Huh,
yeah, that's nice.
Tim says, if I could give it 9 out of 10 stars, I would, but I can't, so I give it a 5 out of 5.
Oh,
so
well,
that's a weird...
Fuck you, Tim.
Right? It's a
Fuck
little strange
you.
on the back end. Like this wholesome, breaking bread. Me and my family listen. However, I'd give it 9 out of 10.
You can
but I
stick it up your fucking ass.
Thanks. And you could have a review read too. Just write one and we will read it perhaps on an episode. Just like fake Tim.
As always, a big thanks to our producer, mass cultivator Ron Doyle, looking big up top, tiny down below.
He tends to his mass like a garden, like a rose garden.
As always, thanks to Mike Henderson for your help recording at the live show. We can't do it without you, bud. The theme music, as always, brought to you by the sinewy Charlie Continental. He's not been doing his push-ups, but he doesn't need to when you can wail on that axe. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Adam,
right.
Adam, what are we gonna do next time? I'm tired. I'm tired.
We're gonna get. I can feel you sort of just limping to the finish, Ben. So I'm just
tired, Adam.
I'm gonna do you a favor. We're gonna get metaphysical in the next episode.
What?
And
That's
I'm not gonna
it?
tell our listeners any more than that.
What are we? It's time to get metaphysical. Physical. Oh, this is my favorite part of the show.
What are you doing? What are you gonna say, Ben? What are you gonna say? How are you gonna close this one out?
Play us out, Charlie.
Oh my God!
I
it's
like
so cool
it
to
when
watch
Andrew's
you do
not
what
here.
You do
Don't
when
you
do
like it when he's not here?
Donate to
I
Andrew
like
in the
it.
Kickstarter. He's near death.
Are there any heroes left at all? A few strong souls that pick us up when we fall down. We looked around for those rare kinds of folks, but the best we did was these dumb jokes that tell big jokes. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some kick while the frolic says we're getting